to come.
I see.
And he will give a short speech to welcome you, Inga, and as well as Dana and all of us. And then I will talk probably in 2 minutes. And then the stage will be given to Ricky and all of us in a whole 1 hour or 2 hours we can make it, as long as all information is given. All the participants can understand and accept all those kind of information. So the point is giving information and educating. Actually, educating means my friends here who will join us today, some of them are very long players, 30 years, even more than 30 years, maybe 40 years, but some probably only 2 years or 5 years, or even haven't started yet. We educate them how to be in the market. So that is the point. There are also some journalists. They will write what you are saying, what you will say, what I will say to them. So journalists will take, and tomorrow will be in the newspapers. Unfortunately, there's no television. Look at this gentleman from Medan, North Sumatra, Mr. Indra. Sudah 26, Pak.
Ya, saya buka terus
5
ya.
menit. Ya, 5 menit lagi, ya Pak. Selamat siang, Pak Sebastian. Oke, mereka cukup mendengar suara saya, Pak. Jangan dibuka dulu. What time in your city now, Inga?
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, it's quite good timing, right? Not too early for you.
It's perfect timing, actually, yeah.
So you are based...
How is the weather now, Inga, in Frankfurt?
It's sunny. It's been very hot this week. We have about like 28 to 30 degrees outside, so summer is Germany.
Okay. Actually, it's perfect for to have some beer, right? In the beer garden.
Might do that tonight after work.
Pak Sigit baru kontak saya, Pak Paul.
Iya, Pak.
Pak Sigit baru kontak saya. Pak Sigit baru kontak saya. Dia tanya lagi mengenai... Sudah masuk. Minta.
Saya tinggal masuk, tinggal ini buka.
Oke, berarti udah dapat ya. Makasih.
Udah dapat.
Oke, terima kasih Pak, terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Nah ini Pak Sigit. Selamat siang Pak Sigit.
Selamat siang Pak Sigit. Pak, tolong dibuka Pak.
Pak
Sigit. Selamat siang Pak Sigit.
Selamat siang Pak Sigit.
Pak Sigit.
Suaranya masih kemut.
Iya,
masih di mute Pak.
Iya, sebentar. Oke. Ya.
Oke, terima kasih. Selamat siang, Pak.
Selamat siang, Pak Sigit.
Ya, good afternoon, Pak.
Mohon maaf nih, telat saya.
Tidak, Pak. Belum mulai, Pak.
Belum mulai ya?
Saya izin menyampaikan ada senior kita. We have a very senior person in our tourism business. Mr. Wei Kancang from Universal. He is here now.
Wow. Ya.
Oke. Halo Pak. Wekan Chang.
Selamat siang Pak Chang.
Selamat siang.
Selamat siang Pak.
Bapak di mana? Di Jakarta apa di Australia? Di Australia. Wow.
Pak
Halo
Chang, selamat
Bu Inga.
siang.
Bu Inga.
Pak Chang mungkin ngomong-ngomong bahasa Jerman dengan Inga.
Guten Tag. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, danke.
So, ihr habt lange nicht mehr mein Deutsch praktizieren. Heute habe ich die Gelegenheit, mit Ihnen ein bisschen zu praktizieren. Da habe ich vor 50 Jahren lang gelernt.
Sehr gut.
Fast hast du alle vergessen.
Hört sich noch sehr gut an.
Danke.
Oke. Silakan Pak Paul, Pak Riki dilanjut.
Oke, dibuka saja barangkali ya Pak Paul.
Saya kira begitu Pak, pas jam 3, jam 4, jam Kamisnya jam 3 Jakarta. Good afternoon Pak Sigit. Selamat sore Bapak. Good morning Miss Inga and Dana. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Yeah, I think this is time to start our program. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Paul Edmundus, and I'm talking as the chairman of INTOA temporarily, and we will soon officially to be as a chairman. We thank you very much to attend this meeting, and especially I would thanks to Pak Sigit to be in our room, and Inga as well, and Dana, and Mr. Ricky, my friend Ricky, who organized this. Thank you very much, Pak. And also to my operator, Mr. Yonki, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time we start our meeting. I will not talk longer. I will give this stage to Mr. Sigit, Pak Sigit, to say some words. Please, Pak.
Okay, Pak. Okay, thank you very much, Paul. Very good afternoon and good morning to Ibu Inga and Dana. Yeah, over there is 9 a.m. right? Is it
10.
right?
10.
10. Okay, 10. 5 hours different. Okay, thank you very much once again, Pak Paul and Pak Riki, Bu Asiana, Pak Wekanjang. Yeah, this is we welcome the initiative of INTOA, yeah, Indonesia Inbound Tour Operator Association. Yeah, this is very good an initiative. And today we talk about the German market. As we know, I believe that all tourism sector been suffering, yeah, during this pandemic, yeah. But we will not be stopped, or we will not silent, yeah. We have to move. We have to do something, yeah, to move forward, yeah. This is a good initiative to start, yeah, to start with, yeah. And I believe that if you talk about a German market, this is one of the biggest country in Europe. So this is also potential market. You can explore more detail with Ibu Inga and Dana, and I believe anybody is participating in this meeting as well. And for your as well, that our Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy also doing webinar. Yeah, we just recently finished 14 market webinars, including a German webinar. And for the next, we will also have a plan to invite the seller, yeah, our industry, yeah, to have meetings, and also another webinar continuation. This is also in our plan, yeah, because we know that we need to do something, not only part of the responsibility of the ministry itself, but also all related stakeholders. So in this regard, I would like once again to encourage you all participating in this meeting to explore more on German, especially German market, European, as well as later on also have a plan to talk about other. So a good idea to do it, yeah. And we also, if we have some program, we will let you know as well, Pak Paul.
Thank you, Pak.
Others, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I will not talking too much, yeah, because the more important is you will explore, discuss for this meeting, especially for German market. So I'll turn back to Pak Paul or Pak Ricky, yeah, to continue this event. I once again, on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, we thank you very much and highly appreciate for this event. Thank you very much, Pak Paul.
Thank you very much, Pak Sigit. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome again Mr. Chang as the youngest participant today. He's only probably 21 or 27 years old. And also, we have also special guest today, Professor Nicholas Lumanau is one of the inbound players for a very long time. So now he is today with us. And beside of it, we have also Pak Bondan for 45 years or 48 years to be in inbound players as well. But I cannot mention one by one, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, we are here to listen, to learn how the German market is. Miss Inga and Miss Dana is here to give us all information in connection with tourism business, and also to tell us, to educate us how to be in the German market. So this meeting will be led by Mr. Ricky as the moderator. So time is yours, Pak Ricky. Please lead us where to go. Thank you. You know the way.
Good afternoon, fellows Indonesia Inbound Tours Operator Association. And again, thank you to participating to this discussion, or we call it Friday afternoon talking, which is it's a part of our weekly schedule meeting or talking about what's happening around the world, especially during the pandemic COVID-19. And today we present one of our strategic market to Indonesia. It's a German market, and I believe we have the right person here. Yeah, Mrs. Inga Lena Kerner, as he is in charge for the VITO, or Visit Indonesia Tourism Office, based in Germany or in Frankfurt. And she will give some presentation. The presentation consists of what is the German market about? How big is this market? Because the market is big, as German is one of the biggest country in Europe, I mean, with the population, total population. And the most important is what's happening by now. We need information updating. What is the German market? Look at our destination, the Far East or the long haul Indonesia, which has been very, very popular in the past. Yeah? But after this pandemic, what is in their mind? the future destination for having a holiday. As you know, based off the statistic, that German is the one who, the German nationality is the one who like to traveling. Adventures is a part of their life. And especially to the interesting country like us, Indonesia. Again, Inga, Lena, the members of INTOA is coming from around Indonesia. It's not from only Jakarta or Bali or Jakarta, but part of Indonesia. We are the inbound tour operator who bring the tourists to deliver what we promised to the clients, to bring a smile across archipelago. So I mean, this is our job to do. And I'm sure it's going to be interesting seminar or talking or discussion. And time for Inga, Lena, to give a presentation to introduce about VITO Germans, what you do, etc. So the floor is yours, Inga. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Sigit, and good morning from Germany. Good afternoon to Indonesia. Yes, as you know, I'm responsible for the Visit Indonesia Tourist Office. We are working to promote people from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland to Indonesia. And yes, I'm very, very happy to speak to all of you today and to share a little bit of insight today with you about the German market. I prepared a little presentation. I don't know, Pak Sigit, do I share my screen with the participants, or will you do that?
Pak Yongki,
yes,
bisa start, Pak? Sorry.
Is this one, Inga?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah,
from
that's
the beginning.
Not the beginning.
Sorry. Okay. Please go ahead.
Okay, you can already go to the next slide. Yeah, it's just a quick introduction of our team. As you know, we're working for the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy in Indonesia, and we are based in Frankfurt. It's Dorothea, Ulrike, and myself who are responsible for Indonesia. And we started working for Indonesia back in 2013. I joined the team 3 years ago, and we are responsible for all marketing activities in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. That involves cooperation with tour operators, with airline, representing Indonesia at travel fairs at ITB. Also, we have some more consumer-based travel fairs in Munich or in Stuttgart, where we assist Indonesia in just showing what beautiful destination Indonesia is and what people can do in more than 17,000 islands. So yeah, that is just a quick introduction of our team, and we can move on to the next slide, which is just a little, little summary of what last year looked like, 2019. It was a very successful year for Indonesia. Overall, we had more than 16 million international tourists coming to Indonesia. From Germany, we had more than 270,000. Most of them are traveling to Bali. You can see the little graph there that more than 70% of the Germans travel to Bali. Also, Java is pretty popular with about 1/5. And then some travel to Riau Islands, mostly Bintan and Batam, just right from Singapore. And then about, the rest goes to all the different islands that are left. So Bali, it is the main destination for the Germans, but the Germans, they do not like to spend their entire vacation in just one place. So what usually happens is that they fly to Bali and they combine most of the times 2 or 3 islands with Bali, or 1 or 2 other islands with Bali, or at least travel around Bali a little bit. I mean, most of you probably know this, that most people, they spend a week in the south of Bali enjoying the beaches and getting to know some temples, and then for the second week they are more likely to go to Ubud and explore the Ubud area. And then for the third week they are more likely to go to Riau Islands, and then for the fourth week they are more likely to go to Bintan and Batam, just right from Singapore. And then Or some people, they like to spend a week in Bali, go on for another week to Lombok, for example, and they just do not spend their entire vacation in just one place, as some other nationalities do. So the Germans are really more interested in seeing a little bit more country and traveling around and see different places, different destinations, and also do some more activities and not just stay in the hotel or lie at the beach. So that is a really good starting point for promoting Indonesia and just show the variety that the country has to offer and what the different destinations can offer for the German tourists. So we can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so as you all know, 2019 was a very successful year, and we hope that 2020 would be even more successful, and then COVID-19 hit and changed everything. And what we heard from tour operators at the beginning of the year before COVID-19 was that they were all off to a very successful start. So the booking numbers in January and February for the summer look very promising. All tour operators in Germany told us that they were selling a lot of trips to Indonesia, that people are very, very interested in traveling to Asia or Southeast Asia, and especially to Indonesia. So we were off to a really, really good start, and it is a good sign that the Germans are really thinking about Indonesia and traveling there. But yes, then COVID-19 hit, and we all know what happened then. So that is just a little bit the situation that we have in Germany. The numbers are from 2 days ago, but have not changed that much. As of now, we have a little bit more than 190,000 cases that were confirmed in Germany since January. We also have a very high number of already recovered cases and just a small percentage of death. So overall, we're doing really good here in Germany as of now. We only have a small number of active cases at the moment. And as you can see, the cumulative nationwide incident is only 4.7 cases per 100,000 inhabitants. So as of now, we're doing really good in Germany. All the restrictions and lockdowns are easing up. Our restaurants opened up again, bars opened up again. We do not have to stay at home anymore all the time. So we can go outside, we can meet in groups up to 10 people and see family and friends. So we are really starting to go back to normal here in Germany. And what happens at the moment in numbers of outbreaks or number of cases in Germany is that we have certain hotspots. It's not like all over the country. It's more in like certain destinations or companies, especially in homes for refugees, or what happens now in a lot of meat processing plants. They have some cases. So it's just in a limited number of cities or regions that are now have higher numbers. Overall, Germany is doing very well. In the city where I live, we only have 10 at the moment, or the region here. So just to give you a rough idea of how numbers are here in Germany at the moment, and we hope we will continue this positive path and can see an improvement in the active case numbers. And I just read this morning in the travel trade newsletters that also Germans are very eager to travel again. So as you know, the summer holidays are coming up in Germany. In 2 weeks, the official school summer holidays start, and people are really eager to travel. And most people have travel plans. It's only about, I think, 1 out of 5 people said they are not sure yet about traveling this summer, but most Germans, they really want to travel and cannot wait to go on their holidays. So that is a good and positive sign, and we hope to carry that on in the next weeks. Next slide, please.
Next.
Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm sure most of you or all of you have already heard that. So in March, the German Federal Foreign Office issued a worldwide travel warning. So everyone in Germany was advised to avoid non-essential travel abroad or even within Germany for tourism purposes. And we had the worldwide travel warning for about 3 months, and it was lifted on the 15th June for the European Union, and also United Kingdom, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein and Switzerland, which are not part of the European Union but belong to Europe as well. So we can travel within Europe, at least now it is possible. We can plan our holidays accordingly. Unfortunately, for all other countries outside of Europe, which includes Indonesia, the travel warning was or is in place until the end of August. For the time being, that can change anytime. It's just, as of now, it is until the end of August, but if certain countries have a low number of infection cases or have a really good health system, it might be possible that the travel warning will be lifted a little bit earlier for those countries. But overall, as of now, this is the situation we have in Germany. So as I said, for the upcoming summer holidays, most people plan their holidays more within Germany or the neighboring countries in Europe. And we hope that towards fall or winter season, we can finally have more holidays going outside of Europe and also bring up the long distance destinations again, and also trips to Indonesia. Next, please. Yes, so what do the German tour operators, for example? So most tour operators in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, they canceled all their trips that are going outside to Europe until the end of July, some already until the end of August, because of the travel warning. So due to legal reasons and to protect themselves, they canceled the trips that are going outside of Europe because they cannot take on the responsibility to bring people to countries for which there is a travel warning in effect. So, but what do they do to still push sales? So most of the tour operators already published their trips for 2021 and they are already bookable. And they said that it's going really well, that people are still a bit hesitant about this year as it's still very uncertain when we can go to where again. But they are very interested in trips for 2021. So as I said, the interest for traveling in Germany is very high and they do want to go on vacation, so they already start booking their trips for next year. And also the tour operators, they modified their cancellation policies with they can rebook their vacation for another date or even change the destination if the situation is not getting better there. So the tour operators are really supporting the consumers in booking their vacation, but also providing security that if something happens, they can still go on vacation, but they know they will be brought back or they can change the destination or the dates of the trip if something happens. So tour operators are doing a really good job in providing security, but also making it possible to already book vacations. And yeah, as everything can change at the moment very easily, it's just like the current status. And cancellation policies can change depending on the situation, and also based on the travel warning, they will cancel their trips or not cancel their trips. So it's just a momentarily status that can change anytime. Next, please. So what are the airlines doing? So we talked to the 3 main airlines that are offering the connections to Indonesia, which is Singapore Airlines, Qatar Airways, and Emirates. I know there are more, but most of the Germans would prefer one of the 3 airlines to go to Indonesia. And Singapore Airlines currently offers 5 flights per week from Singapore to Jakarta, and 2 flights per week from Singapore to Medan, which applies for June and July. Qatar Airways has a flight from Doha to Jakarta on the 1st of July, with connection from Frankfurt, Munich, and Berlin. And then Emirates does not have any flight to Indonesia currently. they will, however, look into starting their flights again as soon as possible, as Dubai now allows the transit flights again. But once again, this is just a very, it's just the state, the status of today. It can change anytime. That's also what Qatar Airways said to us. They are planning on opening the flight to Bali again, but depends on the regulations and travel warnings and if we can enter Bali. And so it's a lot more that needs to be considered. But just to give you a little bit of idea how the connection is right now from Germany coming through one of the connecting airports to Indonesia. Next, please. Yeah, so all this put together looks like the summer this year will be more about vacation within Germany or within the neighboring countries in Europe. Very popular regions in Germany right now are the North and the Baltic Sea up in the north of the country, or the mountains in the south of Germany. They are very popular. But also trips within Europe are starting picking up. Also leisure airlines in Germany, such as Condor and Eurowings, offering more and more connections to the typical holiday destinations in Europe, to go to the beaches in Spain and Greece, for example. And they are trying to increase their summer program. So about now they're operating, or Condor at least is operating about 40% of the usual program, and they are planning to increase it to up to 60% over the summer, as they expect the demand to rise towards August, September. And yeah, the outlook for the rest of the year is still a bit uncertain, as no one really knows when we can travel to long distance destinations again. You can see that the bookings are very, very low at the moment still, but it's getting a little bit better. A lot of holidays, they have been canceled, but now the new bookings are start to increase a little bit. So people, especially for the fall winter season, so with Germany, we have another school break in October, usually the fall break, which is 2 weeks, and then also for Christmas break, they start looking more into destinations where they can go again and enjoy some beach and sun when it gets colder here. So we really hope, and we keep our fingers crossed, that Indonesia and all long-haul distance destinations will be available for these times again, so we can bring the Germans over there, and that the travel warning of German Federal Foreign Office will be lifted by then, because that is right now the biggest issue for us when planning to travel. So we really hope we do not have another extension of that after August, and keep our fingers crossed that, yeah, we will be able to travel to Indonesia again. As I said, the Germans are very eager to travel. We love to travel, and we have been in this country for way too long now, so everyone is really, really interested to go on vacation. And yeah, I hope we can do that as soon as possible. And yes, I think that was my presentation. I say terima kasih, and please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, and you find our contact information here. You can always send us an email if you have any questions about the German market, or get in touch with us. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Inga. Very interesting. I have one question actually regarding to the German market. I mean, you have a lockdown, right? In about 2 or 3 months in the country.
Yes, the lockdown started back in March, and then it's getting better now. I mean, it's not a lockdown anymore. Schools are up again, restaurants are opening up again. You can go outside, but it was about from March to mid-May.
And the other things that do they concern about, the German are well planned for holiday. I mean, they do always at least 6 months ahead. I mean, before they book, they read everything. and they also well prepared. I mean, well prepared is they know where to go. I mean, the things good in preparing. The question is, Indonesia. I mean, I believe you already made something like say that a simple what do you call it, survey, a survey, yeah? Because in the future, what I believe, because there is some condition, we call it a new normal. I mean, we have to be careful, or we have to be well prepared to visit one country which is indicated that there is a pandemic, something like that. Urban market aware about that?
Yes, they are. As you said, the Germans are like to be very well prepared. And the question we receive most of the times also from consumers is that they would like to have information about the new normal, as you said. So they want to know what is the procedure when you enter Bali or Indonesia, what is happening at the airport, do they need a negative COVID-19 test, or how is everything at the hotel, how are the hygiene protocols there. So they really want to know as much as possible, but they are aware that holidays are changing a little bit.
So there is a question already, right, from the German market. And another things about the behavior of the German market. Do they change the behavior of traveling of the German market? I mean, I know I have a lot of friends in Germany. They like to do traveling by their own, you know, like we call it backpackers, you know. So backpacker is not always not good. It's sometimes they also have they want to see experience in different angle. Some of them, they want to have a comfortable program, good hotel, good I mean, good what you call it, a tour guide, a good bus, something like that. Do the German market will change the behavior? I mean, because what you call it, especially for the backpackers, do they what you call it, book the program or the tour for the long haul via tour operators in Germany or the travel agents in Germany, or the behaviors change into, because mostly now, you know, we have everybody here, we have a competitors, we call it OTA, online travel agents. So they book the hotel by themselves, or they're traveling by themselves. Do the people there on the German market after this will book again to the tour operator, or what is your point of view in the market there? Thank you.
I think it is definitely a possibility that more people are booking now with tour operators, because in Germany so the situation is the following. In Germany, when you book a trip through a tour operator, you have security via them. So if something happens while you are in the country, for example, there will be another travel warning, or there would be a lockdown in Indonesia or something like that, the tour operator has to bring you back home. So you do not have to take care of that yourself. So you know, okay, I just have to contact the tour operator and they will bring home. And if you're traveling by yourself, you have to organize it by yourself. So you have more security when booking with a tour operator. But I think there's also a higher amount of people, especially backpackers, that would still take that risk and would travel to countries by themselves and taking care of that by themselves.
I understand. So now I have some question here, because the question been coming from the chat. It's just very interesting because of you know, the economic around the world are in chaos currently, not recession, but I can say that people are still, I mean, now they are recalculating everything, you know, recalculating. But based on, I watch Deutsche Welle, I mean, television, also CNN, but I found that the German did very good to what to stimulate the economy. I can see that the TUI, the biggest TUI, the biggest tour operators in the world, they got 1.8 billion euros bailout from the government. Yeah. And I saw also Adidas, the shoes factory, I mean the shoes, sports shoes, they got 3.3 billion bailout from the government. And even Lufthansa, they got the biggest and becoming like what they call it, reactive from the German people. They got even 9 billion euros bailout from the government. Now, there is a question, very interesting. After the 3 months, are there many German tour operators say that have a problem with the financial, like bankruptcy or something like that? As far as you know? Yeah.
They are, especially more the mid-sized or smaller ones, because TUI, it's a worldwide company. They have a lot of resources and anything, and of course they also have some troubles. I know they're getting the aid from the government, but also at the same time TUI announced that cut some jobs, so also TUI is reducing their jobs. The same as with Lufthansa. They just finalized it yesterday that the German government will be part of Lufthansa now, and but also Lufthansa is cutting jobs. What also happens is that we had a Thomas Cook insolvency just in the fall last year. So that was already a big bump for the German tourism industry. And many of the travel agencies from Thomas Cook, they were taken over by the Kaufhof in Karstadt, which is a retail store, but they also have travel agencies. And they build up a new chain with the former Thomas Cook agencies. And what happens now is that they also got into financial troubles, so they had to close down or will close down 120 travel agencies that former belonged to Thomas Cook. They were taking over and now cannot carry it on because it just took them over, and then they had to close them down again due to the lockdown, and now they're really in big financial trouble. So there are a lot of people that are affected by it, and especially the former Thomas Cook agencies. It's about 120 that will close down in the next weeks.
Yeah, that is Neckermann, right?
Yeah.
Neckermann. I have this interesting because I have also some question. You know, sometimes I discuss with Draga, with Dana, when I was in Germany, about the what they call it, we call it the system between travel agents and tour operators in Germany. Is it correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. The retail agent cannot book directly to the local tour operator, such like Indonesia, inbound tour operator. They have to book to the biggest tour operators, either DER or Myers or TUI. Otherwise, the government will charge extra tax. Is it correct, Inga?
It depends. It's very complicated here in Germany. It depends on the travel agency. Sometimes they have like contracts with certain tour operators that they're primarily selling. They can also sell other ones, but they have their contracted main tour operators. For example, TUI. We have a lot of TUI travel agencies. They mainly sell TUI products, but they can also sell other ones. But it's not as profitable for them. It's more profitable if they sell TUI. And then we also have like other travel agencies that are independent, that are not dependent on tour operators or certain tour operators. So they can basically sell any tour operator without advantages or disadvantages. So it really depends how the travel agency is organized.
So do you have how many big tour operators, how many independent tour operators, something? This is good to us to know, because of we can identify with whom are we working with, or we starting to approach with, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. So the main tour operators in Germany, it's TUI, it's Der Touristik, it's FTI, and it's Alta. So these are the four biggest ones, and then we also have a lot medium-sized ones that are, for example, but more specialized in Southeast Asia, for example, where we have Tischlerreisen, or we have Vietnamese or Gebeco. So they are like mid-size, but they are much more specialized in either destinations or a certain type of vacation that they're selling.
Yeah. So,
for example, group trips or educational trips. So that is very different, but we have a very large network of tour operators in Germany. We have more than, I think, 2,500 tour operators overall in Germany, and we have more than 10,000 travel agencies. So travel agencies, also stationary travel agencies, still play a very important role in Germany. So there are more and more people who book their vacation online, but there's also still a high amount or high number of people that actually go to a travel agency and book their vacation there.
That's very interesting because, you know, in Germany, we know everybody, I mean, everybody knows in this industry that ITB Berlin is the biggest event or exhibition where the buyers and the sellers meet in the world, which is we missed last March because, and I feel sorry also with the hotel where I booked because they will not give me a refund any single euros, but it's okay. It's a donation from us to hotels in Berlin, and because it's big money, and you know, in this big event, I'm sure not everybody from the small individual agents coming to ITB. Am I correct? I mean, from Germany. So means there are many, a kind of like travel mark or events or exhibition, which is most the visitors or the sellers are coming from individual travel agent. Can you tell us specific? For example, in Munich or in Hamburg, maybe, or in Hanover, maybe, about this event, because we are all tour inbound tour operators need information that we can tap the right event or the right travel marks we entering it. Thank you, Inga.
So for ITB Berlin, what happens is that some of the individual or smaller tour operators, they do not participate as exhibitor, but they would come to Berlin for 1 or 2 days just as visitors and just go around the booths and the halls and just get to know the destinations and get in touch with some people. But we also have the big consumer fairs in Germany that are mainly addressed to consumers, but also a lot of travel traders present there. So we have the in Stuttgart, which is the largest B2C fair, I think even in the world. So that's a very long fair. It's 10 days long. It always takes place in January. And so it's the first travel trade fair or travel fair of the year. It is highly successful. No one knows how they do it. It's always full. Like even on a Wednesday, a lot of consumers, but also a lot of travel agencies, tour operators from that region that are going there, meeting people. The second largest is the Travel Fair Free in Munich, which takes place in February. It's 5 days long. So it's usually around the 20th of February, 2 weeks before ITB. And so they are in the south of Germany, also attracting outdoor active people because they are close to the mountains. So the fair also specializes a little bit in outdoor activities and what to do. So that is would be an opportunity to know that the consulate, the Indonesian consulate in Frankfurt, usually participates in the travel fair in Munich, and is always very happy to have some co-exhibitors with them at their booth. So if anyone is interested, they should get into contact with the consulate in Frankfurt, as they organize the participation of Indonesia in those fairs. And yeah, we have several other fairs. There's one in Hamburg as well, which is a bigger one, so that would cover the north of Germany. The Reisen Hamburg. I think these three are the more the important consumer travel fairs. So would like to get German consumers or also travel agents, tour operators from that region, that would be the 3 fairs to participate.
Thank you, Inga. Probably you may give us a list of the event, a year's event in Germany, so you can send it to me, and then I will share to all the members of Indonesia Inbound Tour Operators Association, so they can select wherever they like.
Yes,
I mean,
so
it's a good information.
Yeah, we just need to keep in mind we do not know what is happening next year already. So the fairs start beginning of next year. So no one is sure yet how they will take place or if they will take place or what is the new concept due to COVID-19. But I will be happy to keep you updated about that.
Okay. So the German is always optimist, you know.
We try to be, yes.
Well, there's a question, another question within the, I mean, you are as a VITO. I believe you also do something like, what they call it, not a survey, but a kind like competitors of destination. What is your point of view? I mean, Asia as a destination comparing another Southeast Asia countries? I mean, number 1, number 2 destination or something, or where is the most destination within Southeast Asia countries for the German market?
The most popular destination is Thailand for the Germans. So a lot of the Germans like to travel to Thailand, and also Vietnam is increasing their numbers currently. More and more Germans are traveling to Vietnam. Singapore is also very important for the Germans, but you cannot really compare Singapore with Indonesia, I think, because Singapore is more like a city break. In Indonesia, usually they do it as a stopover. So when they fly somewhere, they spend 3 days, for example, in Singapore, and then continue in Indonesia or Thailand. So you cannot really see that too much of a competition. And also Malaysia is very popular for the German market.
Maybe from the members, if there is any another question.
Yes, please.
Pak Awan is raising hand.
Okay, Pak Awan.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pak Awan.
Terima kasih.
Good
morning, Inga.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Awan from Lombok. Apa kabar semua teman-teman, jagoan-jagoan semua? Okay. In regard with the airfare, especially long-haul airfare, the main airlines out of Germany to Asia, specifically to, let's say, Singapore or Jakarta, do they increase the airfare or is it still affordable by the Germans? Number 1. And second thing is there any specific changes of expectation by the Germans for any destination, in particular is Indonesia? I mean that in terms of the products, do they want something more different, more adventurous or things like that? And then do they expect promotional rates, or the German prefer to have extra benefits instead of the promotions? And last question is actually for short-term strategy. As now we really desperately need quick businesses actually. So what is your suggestions for us like Lombok or other, on top of Baguio, I'll say, as a secondary destinations to grab more Germans, not in such a long time, assuming of course that situation will be better. And last thing is, this is just the information for our friends as well, that now in Lombok we are starting to reopen some of our main destinations. One is Gili Trawangan, and in Florida we'll start doing some kind of simple simulation to open up Rinjani. So hopefully it is useful information for our friends and also for Inga. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for all the questions. So in terms of the airlines and the airfares, we do not really know yet how prices will develop or what are they doing about the airfares. I think the airfares might go up a little bit, but they would still be affordable for the Germans. It just depends on how the demand will develop from the German market. If there is a lot of demand or is there less demand, and will the airlines reduce their capacity or offer more flights. So it's just still a lot of uncertainty, but whatever it is, I'm very sure that the Germans can still afford flights to Indonesia, and that would be a problem. I mean, they know if they do their long haul trip, which usually is like one per year, they are willing to pay a little more for that. And I think we'll also do that after COVID-19, even if the airfares are going up a little bit. That should not something to be worried about for the German market or for the target group that is coming to Indonesia. So what the Germans expect when they come to Indonesia is a little bit of variety. So many Germans, they like to enjoy their sun and beach holidays for a few days, but also would like to do something active. So if going for a little hike or trekking or do some bicycling or experience a local culture. So it's really just they do not like to just stay in one place for the entire vacation. They want to go out, they want to see a little bit of the destination, experience it, get to know local culture, local restaurants, different areas of the destination. So it's really forward to is a variety of things to do, and they do not like to just lay on the beach for 2 weeks straight. So just a little bit of the combination of being active and see different things, but also have time to relax. So that is mainly what the Germans are looking forward to. And what they really need right now is they need to know what is happening in the destination. So if you have any protocols in Lombok, for example, or say these hotels are open, these attractions are open, and restaurant, you do not have to worry about it. There's always ensuring social distancing. So these are the things that really are interesting for the Germans now, the current information and updated information. So if they arrive to Lombok by plane, what is the procedure at the airport? Are there disinfection spanders? Do they have to leave their contact information? All these other things that are in Germans now. So how does the vacation in Lombok look like after COVID-19? What do they need to know before coming there? Or is there any requirements that are needed to enter the island, for example, a negative COVID-19 test, which some destinations now require? So these are all the things that are interesting for Germans, and also maybe what happens if there's a case of COVID-19 in Lombok? Are there hospitals? How's the health situation there? So these are all the things that are very interesting for the Germans, because they like to be well prepared and like to know everything before they go there.
Okay. Maybe Pak Paul will ask something, Pak. Have another question, Pak Paul? Pak Paul? Pak Yongki, tolong Pak. Pak Paul dibuka sebentar.
Oh, Pak Paul.
We have a question from the chairman, It's important.
Oh man, I don't see Pak Paul.
Okay, before.
Okay, I cannot. What happened? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Pak Paul.
Inga. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My question is actually very simple, but it's very useful for my members, especially the new players. Some I know, but I will not mention. But some I would like to keep what market is there, how to attract more German tour operators. So can you again to classify Not to mention all the big tour operators like TUI, Dare, or whatever, or Myers, but probably in middle or even small scale tour operators that which easily our members can get in touch with. And how to get in touch with? Will you provide some names to INTOA, for example? This for 300 tour operators, small scale tour operators in Germany, specializing in bird watching, specializing in diving, specializing in textile or adventure, culture, whatever. Not the big long haul stays. Can you help us on that, please?
Yes, I can try. The thing is that most tour operators, also the mid-sized one or smaller ones, they have partners in Indonesia or Southeast Asia. So, and also right now it's a little bit of a difficult situation because some of them are not sure how the future will look like. So I think right now it's a bit of a hard time approaching them and getting to know them. But I think after COVID-19, that is definitely a possibility. As I said, most of them, they have a local DMC they are working with in Indonesia. So I would assume the best bet to get in touch with them would be to contact the local DMCs in Indonesia to see how or with whom they are working together in Germany and what their partners are, and then working together with the local DMC, and then through that working together with the German tour operators, because I think it's most of them that they have their partners in Indonesia. So I don't think there are too many that are still looking for partners. I mean, they're always looking for maybe if they launch a new product, let's say not, I mean, most of them, they have Bali, they have Lombok, but I mean, there are some specialized, they always look for new destinations off the beaten path, which are not too popular amongst tour operators. So I think that would be a good starting point to get in touch if you can promote your destination with a very niche tour operator. And besides that, I think it's the best to get in touch with the local DMCs in Indonesia and see with whom they are working together, what their needs are, if they are looking to launch new products, if they're looking to expand into new destinations, and then get on board via that way.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. But Pak Riki, can
Yes,
you, Pak Yongke, can you give Ibu Mimi, as the TTG journalist, may ask some questions to Ibu Inga?
One moment,
Ibu,
I'll open
Mimi.
for Ibu Mimi. Yes.
And also the next time it will be, if possible, to give to Pak Chang and Pak Nico, Nicolaus Lumanau, if you may. Thank you.
One moment, I'll prepare for Ibu Mimi. One moment, yeah. Okay. In the meantime, before I prepare, let us say something to Inga. May I, Pa Paul, Pa Riki?
Please,
I'm going to talk about the marketplace, because nowadays marketplace are quite important, and people in Germany, tour operators or wholesalers in Germany are doing also online bookings. In this case, during this COVID situation since several months ago, we in INTOA had a good deal with a platform company, namely ITDP, Indonesian Tourism Digital Platform. Okay, the most important of this tourism digital platform, it can be used for everybody, means the sellers over there might see what we are having. And besides, this platform also can deal B2B directly from tour operators in Indonesia, go direct to the tour operators in Germany at the wholesalers, and they can do online booking through the system. Let me show you the system, and then please later on you do the comment what will be the futures of this marketplace. Hopefully it will be usable, because later on we don't need to send email anymore, but the booking will come online. Perhaps payments also will go online. Please, Pak Edu, my friends from ITDP, show the screen, Pak. Pak Edward.
Hello everyone. Sorry, just joining. Hello,
you can
hi.
hear the screen, Pak Edward.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Edward. I'm representing ITDP. Actually, this is the B2B marketplace. So basically, we are focusing on business to business. We are not open for B2C. We are not directly customers, but basically, we are trying to aggregate all data from all INTOA members for anybody's outside Indonesia. So let me share up my screen. So basically, anyone in Germany can try to book all the product from INTOA member through the system, and all of this will be online. And we can also provide, aside to web portal, you can also do accessing our product through API. So if in Germany there is any travel agents or any other online travel agent who will require to have access to the Indonesian content, you can actually access the API from our marketplace. And basically the content mostly coming from Indonesian Tour Operator Association. So from the system, basically you can just select whatever you want to get from Indonesia. So for example, I just search Indonesia. Sorry. You can just searching by using Bali or Toraja or Medan or Flores. Then we will provide all you any content of Indonesian tour products. One moment, because I'm using mobile phone, so a bit slow. Okay, so from here, basically, you can see that all the content will be available through the system. Yeah, and if you will have any preferred seller, then automatically you will be directed to your own preferred seller. Or if you are opening to all, then you can see all the product from all sellers. Basically, not only a single seller. So I'm just showing you the other page. So basically, this is show coming from Warna Indonesia Hisnata. This one is coming from Start Indonesia.
Okay. Pak Edward.
Day 2, day 3. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Something like it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And then you can also see the gallery. Basically, if we receive enough pictures, then we will show you more pictures. This is the pricing details. We are providing the adult.
Okay. By the way, Inga, have you got the idea of this platform?
Yes, I do. It looks very great. It looks very interesting. I think that could be a very helpful tool.
Can
Okay.
Mungkin.
Yes, Pak Edo, I think it's enough. I think Ibu Inga know already, and can Ibu Inga tell us the benefits, or do the German operators will use this, or is it functionable or not? Please, Bu Inga.
I think it's very helpful. It's very interesting. I mean, it's a great tool from what I can see now. I think it would be worth a try to present this to some German partners. I'm just not sure how the travel agencies or tour operators can integrate it based on what their contracts look like with local DMCs and things. But I think especially the independent ones, they might be interested in seeing this, and could be a very helpful tool for them.
Okay, great. And the most important is these tools can be used perhaps only for German, or perhaps only for Russian. It's depend on the tour operators would like to assign which country, or can be for international. Okay, I think that's it, Pariki. Maybe next, Bu Mimi, it's open already.
Bu Mimi, how are you, Bu?
Hello, Pariki. Hello,
How
Ibu
are you?
Inga. I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry, I have a very bad connection, so I cannot open my video. My apology for that. But I have a couple of I have two questions actually, if I may. The first one is, with this pandemic, Ibu Inga, do you see any changes in the what do you call it, the requirements of travelers? I mean, like, is there any changing trends? Probably, like, will they travel for more for outdoor? They are doing outdoor a lot, but things like destinations, probably attractions, that is different. That is one question. My second question is, there was a suggestion of probably starting, since there was a bit of difficulty in connections nowadays, is it possible, there was a question whether it is possible to do a charter flights from German to, let's say, just Bali first, and with all preparations, it's all well prepared with special lanes at the airport, special what do you call it, escorts to just one area, like probably Nusa Dua, and spend that area. This is what do you call it, before all the all the destinations in Indonesia open. It's like a starting point, to do to open up destinations with Bali, and even Bali is limited to certain areas only. Do you think that would work? Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. So concerning the trends after this pandemic, I think what you can definitely see is now the short time trending, that a lot of people are now focusing on destinations that are closer to home. I mean, that also has something to do with the closed borders, and that we, as of now, can only travel within Europe. But I think it also might affect vacation probably in the next year, that people are looking more into vacation that is not too far away, or maybe just try and do one long haul trip per year, and then maybe 2 other trips around Germany or around Europe. But I think the mindset of the people is going to change a little bit concerning flying and being together with a lot of people in a limited space for quite some amount of time. But I think people, they tend to forget easily. This year and next year, they are a little more cautious, trying to see, okay, maybe we just use the plane if it's really necessary, or just do one major trip and then 2 or 3 shorter ones. But I think long term, they are going back to travel normally again and trying to see a lot of the world, and also prefer long haul destinations. But I think short term, if you're looking at the short term trend, you might see change in the destination, or trying to be more for things that are not too far away. And concerning the charter flight, or the planned charter flight to Bali, it is something that they are currently looking into, if it is possible. As you know, Bali is the most popular destination for the Germans, and I think there would be definitely interest for people, or the interest in Germany would be high, that charter flights to come to Bali, especially. Or what needs to be done is the regulations. As you said, they have the extra lane at the airport. It needs to be guaranteed that it is a safe environment for them, that it all goes very quickly and smoothly. So they arrive at the airport in Bali, there are already buses for them waiting, bringing them straight to the hotel. So I think the Germans, they really need a lot of information what is happening there, and need to see that Bali or Indonesia is prepared, and they are taking all measurements that are necessary to provide a secure and safe vacation for them. But I think then it's definitely a possibility to have that charter flight to Bali. I mean, fortunately, normally we do not have a direct flight from Germany to Indonesia, which is the main disadvantage for tourism, because there is a direct flight to Thailand, for example. So people, if they're looking, okay, we want to go to Southeast Asia, and they change the plane, they would rather go to Thailand, because there's a direct flight. For Indonesia, it's always a little bit more challenging. So you have to fly, for example, to Singapore, and then you have to change the plane. So we're really hoping to get a direct flight at some point to Indonesia, especially to Bali. Problem therefore is the classic leisure airlines in Germany, for example, Condor, their planes are not suitable for that distance. It is too long from Germany to go to Bali straight. They do not have the proper planes for that. And I think also it's the same for TUI. They're thinking about chartering or doing the charter flight with TUI. So they're thinking of bringing in one of the planes, I think from TUI in UK, because they do have the specialized planes that can go this distance, which we in Germany do not have. So that is one of the problems here. But I think the charter flight to Bali would be very, very helpful in order to bring people to Bali and show them that Indonesia is a safe travel destination, and they can have the positive experience, and then talk about it back home in Germany and spread the news. So finally people are okay. It's not that bad to go into a plane for a longer time and to come to Indonesia, and they have all measurements there. So I think it's a win-win situation.
Has anyone approached Garuda for that?
I think so. I think they are in touch with the multiple airlines. I do not know too much of it because we're just getting the information, but we're not organizing it ourselves. So that is more in the hands of the Indonesian embassy in Berlin, and I think also of the ministry. And I think they're also in touch with Garuda.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Inga. I have our senior here, Mr. Chang. We give you a floor to have a question, but bitte in English, nicht auf Deutsch, ya Pak. Go ahead, Pak.
Ini I cannot unmute. Okay.
Yeah. So I think many of the questions have asked. May I just share a little bit of the situation of the COVID-19? How long will it last? I think with this problem now, how we are facing the whole world, psychologically, I think people more or less have to accept. In fact, many of the scientists have mentioned that we have to live with this virus for a longer time. And second point, I think economically or financially is affected for everybody. It is a kind of chain reaction. So I think this situation will last. And then the third point, I think, like if Germans are ready to open up, so are they? Just like Inga just now mentioned that they might not ready for Bali or for certain destination which they don't feel safe. Like I hear in the news, in the TV, so the European country now are thinking to not allow the American to come. Okay, I mean, this situation is bilateral. It will take some time. Therefore, I think for tourism, we come last. I mean, last, that means people who really need to travel, so they will do. Even business people, now some corporate company, which we know, so they don't travel now. So they are doing the conference call like what we are doing now. So therefore, I think the airline is suffer the most. So the airfare in the future will be expensive because there are less frequency. Like Jakarta to Perth, Singapore to Perth. The last time, I think SQ have 3 flights a day. So now they might reduce to 1 or even no flight. So it will take time to recover. So based on this information which I get, I believe travel will come last. So of course we have to prepare ourselves for domestic now Indonesia. Because now even from the information I got, now you from Jakarta to Bogor, so we still have kind of information. Then we have to have a kind of traveling permit or something like that. Yeah. So not to mention to Bali. So even Indonesia, we cannot travel freely up to now. So long the virus is still around, I think we cannot go back to the same again like what we used to have before. So the so-called new normal, I think is very much have to include the psychological part, how the people can accept to travel together with other people. So now the most possibility, people will travel with their own family or friend he don't. So I don't think the group traveling will take part again soon. So this is my observation for travel industry.
Thank you.
So we will start again at the last. When the people psychologically and economically ready to travel, so travel become last. So this is my personal idea. So I might not, I hope I'm wrong. I have spoken to many people. So I always mention to my senior staff especially, I say I might be wrong. because we have a conference with our office in Bali and Jakarta. So far, we are ready, but there are people overseas not ready to us. Or the other way around, the other country are ready, but we are not ready. So it will take time. So therefore, tourism, my personal opinion, will become last. Yeah, of course, we have to prepare for our domestic. It's very important. So certain area for domestic to domestic, I think we can prepare for perhaps next year. For the information I got again, this virus is not going to be disappear. From the information I got. So if we remember what is malaria and TBC, all this sickness up to now is still there, only because our immune system have been improved. So therefore we can live with them. So it seems to me this virus is the same thing. We have to live with them. So now people like ourselves, 70-something, have to be very careful now. Therefore, in the future, people like us, they're not to travel together with people. So then we should be financially strong enough to travel ourselves. So this is my personal opinion. I hope very much I'm wrong.
Thank you, Pak.
So I think that is important for us as a travel agent industry people to think of a long term and what is the solution for us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate, Pak, your information. Really appreciate. There is a question, Inga. This is from one of the members. Do you think ITB will still effective after this new normal condition where IT took a very big part for everybody? Thank you. Do you want me to repeat again?
No, it's
Inga.
Unmute.
Unmute, Pak.
Okay. Okay. So I think it's very hard to say. I mean, I think they might work on a new concept for ITB. I mean, it also depends on how the COVID-19 is developing, if there's a vaccine against it by next year, if big travel trade fairs can take place or not, or if they have to take into account certain new protocols or new standards. So I think it's still too early to say something about ITB next year. We are not sure how it will take place, if they have to work on a new concept. And also, yeah, I'm not sure if there will be as many participants as in the last year, because many people are a bit uncertain now if it's worth spending that much money to go to ITB, enough people to meet and to make it a successful event. So I think we have to wait a little longer to see what is happening with ITB. I think towards the fall or towards November, maybe we can have more clarity about what is happening with ITB, and if people are still interested in going. I think it also depends on how the COVID-19 situation is developing in Germany and also worldwide. So I think we have to wait a little bit longer for that.
Agree. So we have another senior here, Pak Nicholas Lumanau. He's from Bandung. Pak Nicholas, probably you have something to ask or information sharing, something like that. Go ahead, Pak. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak. Good afternoon, also, Pak Hingga. I spoke because from VITO Indonesia. Pak Hingga bisa bahasa Indonesia? Can you speak Indonesian language?
Nggak bisa.
Yeah, okay. Kali ini, as Pak Paul, there's a very senior tour operator, Pak Yogi and the others. in this event. There's a very senior tour operator. I can be said the three generation tour operator, Jin Charlie Whiskey, using telex and not using internet. So especially I would like to ask with Madam Ina, have any strategy or scenario from our Indonesian government, from Minister of Tourism, if what the strategy must be getting the German market, have they contribute what you must be to do and what you must to be anticipate for German market. I would like to say thank you also. I give you high appreciation for you because my statistic data year by year from German traveler is increased. 2015 there's a 197, 216 there's a 231, and 217 267, and especially 219 that increased 100%, 470. I would like to give you high appreciation of your hard work from VITO Indonesia and Germany. I hope this is very important. You can be contribute to us. Maybe from this COVID, we many lost active. In the
Hello, Inga. May I repeat the question?
Yes.
So actually, the main question is what is Indonesian government or the Ministry of Tourism already inform you what to inform in the German market what we do here in Indonesia about COVID-19? Thank you.
So what we're doing right now is just we're trying to keep everyone as updated as possible. So as soon as we receive latest information from the ministry about the situation in Indonesia, about regulations for entry or all immigration, all these things. So we are trying to keep travel agents and tour operators and also the German media as informed as possible. When, for example, it is expected to open the borders again, will be the measurements or what is required to enter Indonesia.
Yeah.
And after that, we are still waiting on what is happening. When will travel officially be possible again to Indonesia? And as soon as that will be possible, we will start with more activities to, if people are ready to book a new trip, we can inspire them about trips to Indonesia and just remind them, okay, here's Indonesia, what about you plan your next vacation there? And that could be promotional activities in the market with media, tour operators and airlines, just to try to push sales to Indonesia after this COVID-19. But we have to wait for that a little bit longer until we know for sure when we can travel to Indonesia again.
Thank you. My question, just short question. Have you been to Indonesia, Inga?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So you've been to where? Java, Bali?
And Bintan.
Oh, Bintan, yeah. Bintan.
Yeah,
this is Bintan is our German favorite destination. You know?
Yeah, it's nice. I liked it there. It was very, very nice.
So we have one of our members. He's from Semarang. You know Semarang? It's in Central Java. Yeah, and he's very, what you call it? We have a very good spirit on inbound. I mean, handling in as a DMC. Probably Pak Pranoto, monggo Pak, if you have a question, Pak. Tolong dibuka, Pak.
Siapa ya yang mau
Go
bicara?
ahead, yeah. Pak Pranoto.
Silakan Pak Pranoto.
Monggo Pak Pranoto.
Monggo Pak Pranoto.
Oke. Ya.
No. Okay. Why?
Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Mati lagi.
Sorry, my voice is clear?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, Pak. Go ahead,
please.
I just want to know about the Germany people to come to Central Java, and what the problem for them if they come to Central Java.
Do you understand what the question is, Inga?
Yeah, no, not completely. I'm sorry. The connection is a little bit bad.
Okay. Actually, the question is basic about the opinion or the perspective of a German market into Central Java. You know, Central Java, it's famous with the Borobudur temple, the biggest Buddhist temple.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very interesting market for the Germany. I know a lot of people, they if they come to Java, they come to Central Java. Of course, they the main interest for them is, as you said, Pakriki, Borobudur, Prambanan, and they combine it with another destination. So maybe they would come to Java for, let's say, 4 days, come to Central Java, see Yogyakarta, Borobudur, Prambanan, maybe 1 or 2 other attractions that area, and then they would head on to, for example, Bali or Lombok or Flor, some other destinations. So I don't think that Central Java would be interesting for the German market as a sole destination, but as combination with some other destination, it's very interesting for the German market.
Good. Pak Cesar is still here? Pak Cesar? Masih ada? Pak Cesar? Pak Cesar? From Maluku?
Pak Cesar pulang?
Cesar nggak ada, no more.
Oh, no more.
Oh,
Okay.
Sudah malam di sana, Papa.
Oh, we have member Inga coming from West Indonesia, Central Indonesia, and East Indonesia. We have different time because we have member. It's coming from Moluccus. It is East Indonesian time. It is now. It's already 7:30 or 6:30 in the afternoon. Maybe having it's a dinner time already there. So we already 90 minutes here together. Do you still have time, or do you have other things to do? Inga?
I have a couple more minutes. In about 15 minutes, I would need to leave because I also have some other calls today. But yeah, a couple more.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you. So probably, do you have any other question from this floor?
And probably Pak Sigit. Pak Sigit would like to say something. It is here. I know Pak Sigit is somewhere.
Maybe Pak Indra from Medan?
Yeah, Pak Indra from Medan. Or Pak Varsal.
Halo. Halo, Pak.
Pak Indra?
Pak Sigit is speaking.
Pak Paul.
Oh, Pak Sigit, ya.
Oh, Pak Sigit.
Yeah,
Pak Sigit. Sorry.
Thank you, Pak Paul. I have connection problem.
Okay,
but
Pak.
it's okay. I can turn on my voice, not the video, because I changed to my handphone now. I'm not using laptop anymore.
Okay, Pak.
Thank you. But I still I'm listening what's been discussed during this meeting. We thank you very much for the information as well as the input questions from all the participants. This is also our opportunity to share, because the situation make us we have to adjust, make some adjustment with the strategy. One of the participants mentioning about the strategy, if I'm not mistaken, Pak Nikolaus, Pak Nikolaus. of course, we have to adjust our strategy as well as our activities, because right now, not only in our condition, but we still have to consider market condition as well. Yeah, even though German as well as other several European countries already opening up, but not completely. Yeah, this is also still our under consideration as well, especially in our own condition. Yeah, as already I think Bu Mimi mentioned about the Bali, Nusa Dua. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, because we try to have our main destination Bali. Yeah, to expected to recover first. Yeah, expected to recover. That is why last week, yeah, several days ago, our minister accompanying president visited himself in Bali, yeah, especially also, from the airport, yeah, and then hotel, restaurant, including the tourist destination, yeah, to see himself whether the protocol being implemented. This is very important, yeah, for the European market, yeah, European tourists, yeah, to make them convinced, yeah, more convinced on the readiness of our destination. And just yesterday, the president, also accompanied by the minister, visited Banyuwangi, and located in East Java. Yeah, I believe that for German also, Java is one of the interesting destination, yeah, other than Bali. So this is also our possibility to explore, yeah, in the near future. But in the meantime, what we are doing, it's only for the time being is in the format of like this meeting, yeah, webinars, yeah, and somebody also mentioned about ITB Berlin, yeah. Just yesterday, I discussed with organizing committee of WTM about the possibility of the WTM this year, because still on schedule from I think 2 to 4 November. So they are now in the time of consideration whether they will do offline, yeah, they will do on schedule the event, or they will make option like virtual, because just recently we also see that ATM Dubai also being held virtual, yeah, and change to next year like ADB Berlin as well. So this is also our effort, yeah, in the ministry as well as we also encourage INTOA and other related stakeholders to work together, yeah, because we are not the same. We are not also at the same position. Yeah, I know that the industry suffering a lot. Yeah, the ministry also now headache. Yeah, because half of the budget allocated for the combating to COVID-19. So the remaining we try to our best. Yeah, to make it more efficient to do our activities better. This will be online or offline if possible, with the condition better, hopefully in the future soon. Yeah, I think that is my additional information, Pak Paul, Pak Ricky, and others. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Terima
Thank
kasih,
you, Bu Inga.
Terima kasih, Bapak.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Pak, to be with us. And also, I understand, or I know that you will not boring about this, because next week we will have another meeting with another market.
Sure, Pak.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah.
Terima kasih banyak. It's really highly
Ya,
appreciated.
sama-sama, Pak.
Sama-sama.
You're welcome, Pak. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You're
Pak.
welcome,
Terima
Pak.
kasih, Pak Sigit. Pak Denny masih di sini, Pak Denny? Still here, Pak Denny?
Pak Denny, say something, Pak Denny.
Pak Denny, please say something, because I found your name there.
Pak Denny, please, Pak.
Hello. Sorry,
Sorry.
video is off. Yeah, because I've with my son, so voice will. Thank you, Pak Paul, Pak Ricky, and of course Pak Sikit.
You're very welcome, Pak.
Yeah.
Very welcome,
Of course, for next year program, INTOA can work together with Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, because as we know that this year we have a problem with the COVID-19 pandemic, and as Pak Sigit mentioned that we reallocate our budget and our program. So we hope next year in ITB, that we don't know what ITB concept, like Ina mentioned, because I contact Ibu Fepi 2 weeks ago, asking about what ITB 2021, and up to now they still make a concept, and so we are still waiting information from Ibu Fepi and the ITB organizer regarding the program of ITB next year. So principally, I will support Pak Sigit, it's my boss, to help to join together with INTOA.
Thank you, Pak.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pak.
Terima kasih, Pak Denny.
Pak Paul, it's already, I think Inga, it will leave us soon.
Okay, if possible,
for another
Pak.
meeting.
Is Ibu Yana still there? Ibu Yana may say 2 words or 3 words, then Inga may left. Hello?
Nggak ada kayaknya.
Okay, if Ibu Yana is not there, ladies and gentlemen, especially Ms. Inga and Ms. Dana, and all participants, I would like to thank you very much indeed to be with us this afternoon and this morning as well for German. Thank you, and well, we are looking forward to talk more later, because next week we will make this program as every month, and then we will go from market to market to bring more people to understand the market and to be in the market. So thank you, Pariki, to be our traffic police this afternoon and this morning as well. Moderator is a traffic police. So you did a very good job. Thank you very much. And Pak Yongki, thank you very much. And thank you for everyone. Selamat sore.
Yeah.
Pak
Thank
Chang.
you, Ina. Thank you, Inga.
Pak Nicholas.
It was a pleasure to be here with you today.
And don't forget, if you have a family trip next time, you can take us. We are everywhere in Indonesia. Yeah.
Please.
Thank you.
In my background is my boat. You can ride on that boat.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Terima kasih
Have a good
banyak.
day.
Terima kasih.
Sunita Draga. Bye-bye.
Terima kasih. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Terima kasih Pak Yongki.
Terima kasih Pak.
Terima kasih Pak Yongki.
SD did a very good job. Pak Riki, terima kasih banyak. Pak Joko
Saya baru gabung, udah selesai, baru mau fokus.
Pak Sahlan spesialisasi last minute gabung, Pak.
Siapa Pak? Maaf, saya belum lihat.
Pak Sahlan.
Oh, Pak Sahlan.
Siap.
Pak Sahlan.
Maaf, saya
boleh spesialisasi last minute gabung.
Baru bisa mendengar aja, tadi tidak bisa ngomong karena lagi meeting juga.
Sahlan. Nanti tanya Pak Awan, suara siapa yang dicari?
Tapi terakhir ini saya dengar suaranya Pak Paul itu, waduh, bahagia sekali saya Pak, karena suaranya sejuk Pak.
Oh. Terima kasih Pak Sahlan, terima kasih. Walaupun sudah diusir dari ruang sebelah Pak ya.
Tetapi apa kabar nih Pak Niko nih?
Pak Niko ini suruh jadikan ahli strategi untuk pakar analis, Pak.
Pakar analis. Pak Niko. Mana Pak Niko? Pak Niko suaranya kurang masuk suaranya Pak Niko.
Ya. Sorry, emang ada hubungannya Pak?
Mudah-mudahan lebih jelas Pak. Ya.
Ini
Pak Niko.
Suara Pak Indra nih.
Ya, jelas nggak Pak?
Jelas.
Nah, ketampanan Bapak itu enggak kurang kelihatan di kamera juga Pak Niko.
Oh iya, biar rada gelap soalnya COVID ini keadaan gelap.
Dia seangkatan dengan Pak Yosep.
Saya katakan kepada Pak Menteri, Pak, ini semua orang pariwisata nggak usah dites COVID juga, pasti ODP. Orang duwe penghasilan. Nggak perlu dites COVID, Pak, ya kan?
Pak Niko,
ya.
Pak Niko senasib sekarang ini sama Pak Paul, Bapak itu. Begitu diasingkan sama Asita sekarang.
Nggak apa-apa, Pak Yongki, kita diasingkan nggak ada masalah, ya kan? Asal internasional nggak ngasingin.
Sahlan ini Pak. Sahlan ini Pak, bukan Pak Yongki.
Pak Sahlan, oh iya Pak Sahlan, nggak apa-apa kita dikerdilkan asal kita punya klien tidak mengkerdilkan kita.
Amin, amin.
Itu yang paling penting. Kalau Asita saja itu organisasi. Ya.
Menurut kalau pandangan saya bukan begitu Pak Prof. Pas pandangan saya, nggak apa-apa dikerdilkan sama yang lain, asalkan tetap Bapak tuh tetap jalan sama Pak Joseph itu yang penting.
Amin. Amin. Ya kan?
Yang penting itu kan,
ya kan? Jadi sekarang saya katakan orang pariwisata yang biasanya paling kreatif, ya kan, Pak Yosep, kok gara-gara COVID hilang kreativitasnya gitu kan?
Mikirin utang, Prof.
Utang harus dipikirin, ditagih utang dipikirin.
Ya, saya bilang Pak Paul itu kan tour operator yang 3 generasi. Generasi mulai pakai Charlie Whiskey, mempergunakan telex, ya kan? Sekarang mempergunakan internet. Ada 3 generasi. Pakai uangnya juga sama. Ya, pakai mulai travel check, ya kan, Pak?
Betul, Pak.
Kalau beliau ke NTT sana, dia harus bawa uang segepok kalau wisatawan asing datang. Nggak ada bank
pakai tas, Pak, pakai tas.
Ya kan? Saya katakan INTOA ini harus dikasih apresiasi yang paling tinggi karena
betul,
yang mendatangkan uang buat Indonesia. Ya, kan?
Amin, amin.
Kalau tidak ada INTOA, hanya pemerintah memikirkan wisatawan domestik, bahkan negeri kita bangkrut, Pak, saya bilang.
Pak,
karena subsidinya berapa?
Izin.
Ya.
Itu ada Mbak Mela ini yang punya resort di beberapa tempat nih, kalau mau informasi masalah resortnya itu sudah siap belum ini
ya,
masalah
Bu Mela bagaimana jambu lubuknya Bu Mela?
Nah, ini coba bicara
Melia.
Bu
Mela jambu lubuk ya?
Ya.
Besok kami melakukan